Hi guys, this is Jerry. This is the all-new IM6 from the MG Motors in New Zealand right-hand drive market. Today we are going to have a quick look around, first look for the vehicle and a quick drive to let you know my first impression. In the future, I'll also do a full review about this vehicle and I'll let you know all my thoughts about the IM6. First thing is the pricing for the MG IM6 in New Zealand. The starting price is $66,900, and then the higher spec of the Platinum has a bigger battery, has longer range, that will go $77,900 plus ORC. If you want the full performance, which is this one, you're going to spend $89,900 plus ORC, which you get all-wheel drive and the best driving in terms of acceleration, still a big battery as well. In terms of battery and range, the base model is 75 kWh battery that gets 450 kilometers under WLTP. Both the mid-spec and the top spec gets 100 kWh battery. The mid-spec rear-wheel drive gets around 550 kilometers under WLTP, which is really good long range. The performance, being the dual motor driving machine, gets around 505 kilometers under WLTP range. In terms of exterior styling, this is not a small car, although it may look small from some certain angles. It is not a small car. It is 4.9 meters long, so pretty long, and it's over 2.9 meters in terms of wheelbase. It's wide, it's big, and it does give you a beautiful styling around the vehicle. Over here, on the top spec all-wheel drive, we are getting a big 21-inch with aerodynamic covers and also alloys with the sort of orange color Continental brake caliper, which looks very cool. At the front, full LED headlights with the IM logo. So this vehicle does not have MG logo around the car. As far as I can see, you have LED daytime running lights and full LED performance lights, of course. Now, many cameras around the car. These help with the parking camera. That's the side view camera when you drive the vehicle. There's a lot also black finishes around the cars, black panels underneath, black chromes, and window trims on the top. Let's open the boot. So one touch opening, which is standard across the range. You are getting a good amount of space, over 600 liters according to the spec sheet. It's pretty long, it's pretty wide. Over here, there is a little bit of coverage on the top, but it's not too bad. There's no quick release for the second row. You do have to get manual driver seats, but then you do have quick buttons to do the air suspension, which is standard on the top spec and optional on the mid spec, by the way. Opening the doors are fairly easy. It's got good opening from the back seats. You can see how wide and how comfy this is. This has been set to my driving position. I've got a huge amount of leg room due to the wheelbase. This is not a small car. Foot space is okay. My seat is quite high, so I'm okay. And then air vents underneath, Type-C charging, of course, cup holders in the center and some storage. It's a very fancy material. Even if this vehicle is vegan leather, it comes with many beautiful touches around the vehicle. You can see the touches around here. It's all very soft and premium. All the door opening are electronically, so you have to press this button to open the door, by the way. Speaking of the door opening, when you reach it, there's a small hesitation and you can feel the pull while you're opening it. Not the best feeling, but it's just how the electronic doors works on this vehicle. But again, all the touches, everything feels really premium. Let's step inside. This is a beautiful screen. So there's no touch button to switch on the vehicle. It's all just brake to switch on the car. Right in front of us, it's a 26.3-inch display, so it's an immersive screen. There's no gap in between and very small black bezels on the side. They look crystal clear and they are beautiful actually to engage. On the top, very minimal buttons, so you do have music, navigation, Apple CarPlay, some other apps, and that's pretty much it. You don't have to other controls. Most of your controls are going to be laid out on this middle screen over here. In terms of controls, you can press here to get access to all your things. Apple CarPlay is wireless, as we can see, just on the top, and you get vehicle settings. Under the vehicle, there are so many things to set up. You have driving, others, everything. For some of the features, they don't have physical buttons, like say the air conditioning system, and also for the driving system. Most of the controls have no physical buttons, by the way, but you do have quick swipe down to change your climate controls, and you do have quick controls to set up all the things. Even with that, you also have, it's definitely somewhere, I need to find it. You have a quick button to also change your drive. No, it's over here. So you can personalize this button to quickly turn off your ADAS system, just in case you don't like it, which is actually quite smart. And then your mirror control is all through here as well. So click that, adjust your mirrors. So you have to use the buttons over here, but do remember the vehicle will memorize all your settings. You can set different drivers, so it's not too bad. And the voice command works really well. You can say, hello
I'm here.
Change drive mode to sport.
No problem.
There we go, it's under sport mode, just like that.
Sorry, this feature is not supported by voice yet.
Move my seat backwards.
No problem.
There we go, just like that. How cool is that? So you can do many things. You can say, quit. Hello
I'm listening.
Open rear left window.
No problem.
There we go, rear left window is open, just like that. So there's a lot of cool things you can do about voice commands. So it's not too bad. Wireless phone charging over here, some storage, cup holders, they are reasonable. Underneath, good amount of storage. Over here, huge amount of storage for you. And there is no glove box, by the way. Absolutely no glove box, but that's the interior. And of course, on the top, we get a glass panel, which is a beautiful static view, and they've got heavy UV and glass tinting and things like that. Today we got relatively some suns, and I don't feel it's too hot in some way, but remember you can buy a cover if you need to cover it up. The rear mirror in the center can be folded away. I don't know why you want to use that, but do remember the vehicle actually has a rear view camera for you mounted on the top of the rear windscreen, so it's always quite handy, let's put that way. So yeah, that's the quick impression for the interior. The build quality is excellent. I love this white interior, which I think not many people will get, but they are lovely. All the touches are just super premium. Softer touch on the top, wooden trims over here, speakers. There are so many speakers around the vehicle. The vehicle also have active speakers on the top that help with the insulation, where it gives you some sort of feedback noise to absorb all the road noise for you, and that's just really smart. Again, there's so many technology about this vehicle that I don't think I'll be able to talk today, so I'll come back in a full drive review and we'll go through that later. All right, we're taking the all-new MG IM6 for a quick spin. First thing, maneuver around low speed. It's quite good turning circle for a large car, which is over 4.6 meters long, by the way. Not bad at all. So the vehicle is equipped with four-wheel turning as standard across the range. I'm not sure how. For modern cars like this, at this price, it's very impressive. And this top version of the Performance all-wheel drive spec equipped is air suspension as standard with active damping controls. That means if we drive at low or high speed, the vehicle itself is going to get a quite soft riding across all surfaces. You can definitely feel it around here. And it's just really quiet. Let's wind down the window, see the highway. We're just by the motorway, by the way. And let's close that. Can you feel the control? Even with the frameless doors and things, it is still really good with the double glazing glasses around the vehicle. And the vehicle does have many speakers inside the car to sort of mimic the sound that will help you to reduce the road noise in many ways. And in terms of spec, you can get the rear-wheel drive version on the base and second spec. This one we're driving is the all-wheel drive. So 200 kilowatts motor at the front, 372 kilowatts motor at the back. And 0 to 100 is 3.4 seconds. So definitely not a slow vehicle in any way. The vehicle does have many different drive modes. Right now we're on Sport. The steering feels alright, the size is okay for this vehicle, but in the Chinese version you can get the yoke steering that actually kind of opens up the view for the dashboard. Don't think we are going to quite get that in New Zealand, but many people complain the yoke steering, so let's leave that. Side camera looks quite good. And I can feel the indicators making noise on the left speaker when we turn left. That's quite cool. The visibility wise, front and side is really good, but the rear windscreen is really tiny, just like what you get on a Tesla Model Y and BYD Sealion 7. Due to the sort of sedan or coupe shape sloping roofline at the back, they're just not great for the rear visibility. And right from get and go, you can definitely feel these cars just really comfortable around, you know, tight spaces and even bumpy roads. It's quite premium riding, and obviously that's a big surprise for MG at this price point. And another bumpy road over here. It's quite good. You can definitely feel the chassis is quite solid around the surfaces. It doesn't bounce too much on the left and right. Looks like we are going to have some traffic before we hit the motorway. So the vehicle does have some intelligent stop or brake, things like that. So when you brake, it's a bit manageable, controlled. Ooh, I can definitely instant feel that compared to the last drive. And there is region braking as well, off, low, and standard. Even under standard, it's quite minimal region braking. It's not a one pedal drive in any way. So if you're someone who likes the one pedal drive, it's not going to be offered over here. Not sure if you're able to try the acceleration around this area, but we'll see once we hit the motorway. But other than that, the pedal response is quite good. Being an all-wheel drive performance model, you'd expect that, but it's not too sporty, by the way. Not like maybe let's say a Tesla sort of accelerator response. It still feels comfortable even under sport mode. And in case you don't like the physical button to change your sport mode, you can also use the voice command. I'm not going to change the sport mode. Let's just give it a try for time being. Coming back to the forward turning, steering, so the assistance at low speed when you are turning, it gets maximum -60 degree, which the rear wheel will turn opposite direction to help you with the low speed maneuvering. And on the high speed, the rear wheel will turn +60 degree maximum to help with the stability when you change lanes and things. So that's quite cool. Again, you don't really get much of these spec on standard vehicles across the range these days. I guess not much acceleration we can do, but it's fun. And in terms of air suspension setup, it goes by level 5 levels basically, and the suspension adjustment is up to 700 millimeters, so that's quite a bit. At low speed, if you open the tailgate, it actually gets lowered so that it's easy access. And if you need a comfort access or some sort of curve shape driveways, you might get the suspension to raise it up. And on motorway, if you drive up to 120 km per hour, which is not the case, or which is not going to be in New Zealand, Australian motorways in most places, they actually lower the suspension, so it gets more stability control. Let's try a quick maneuver around here. It's quite solid, that's not bad. Steering handling is okay. It's not the most performance type of steering in terms of feedback, but it does, you know, give you the feedback. You can definitely feel the steering response is all right. Here, not too bad. And since we're following another test drive vehicle, we can also see the rear of the IM6. It doesn't look that big or that huge in terms of, you know, the static look, but the vehicle dimension is huge. It is a little bit larger than something like a Tesla Model Y, and yeah, but they are the main competitor, of course. And even on the road, like right now in Auckland Harbour Bridge, the noise cancellation, you can definitely feel it's really quiet. There's really barely any road noise I can feel inside the cabin. Surrounding noise by the truck on the right, you can feel that, but that's pretty much it. Wind noise is also very minimal. That just means the cold drag efficiency on this vehicle is going to be really good. And I like when the blind spot monitor is engaged on your panels, you can actually see an orange indicator, orange sign over here, so you don't have to fully look by your mirror to spot everything. It's also nice. So that's pretty much it. The first drive on the IM6. This is the performance model. I'm not sure when we get the full drive review which model we are going to get, but thanks for watching, and subscribe, like. I'll see you next video.